You're tuned into Inside Lowell. Inside Lowell podcast brought to you in part by Washington Savings Bank, serving the greater Lowell community for over 130 years. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank. Reverie 73, Lowell's #1 cannabis shop. Elevate your cannabis experience at Reverie 73. Hafner's, heating and cooling homes and businesses for nearly a century. Hafner's, it kicks. And by Boston North Company, restaurant and retail solutions for your business. That's Boston North. And now, time for another Inside Lowell podcast. Inside Lowell. If Lowell is your home, this is your place. Hello and welcome to Chamber Chat here in the beautiful Inside Lowell studios. I'm Danielle McFadden, president of the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. I am rocking the Hanscom Federal Credit Union mug. So I'm sure you're all wondering what that means, or maybe you already guessed what that means. I'm so excited to have Bill and Melody here from Hanscom Federal Credit Union. I'm going to let you talk a little bit about yourselves, and then we'll talk about the credit union.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're going to go first with, I was told by Melody that we're going with Bill first. So
opposite order today. Absolutely. My name is Bill Burpeau. I'm AVP Financial Wellness Coach at Hanscom Federal Credit Union. My background, I grew up in Houston, Texas. So graduated at Texas A&M, and I served 4 years in the Navy Supply Corps. It's really in the Navy Supply Corps that I got into just personal finance, because you see these sailors running around just spending their money everywhere. And it's just sort of stuck with me through the years. And I was fortunate to land at Hanscom Federal Credit Union, and I get to be a financial wellness coach, which is just like the most awesome job ever.
What made you land in Massachusetts?
Well, my wife's from Vermont.
All right.
And I grew up in Texas.
I had a feeling it was going to be about a girl.
So, yep. So we settled halfway in between.
Perfect.
Right in Massachusetts.
Right halfway. That's definitely halfway.
I didn't do well in geography.
So I was going to say, hopefully your math is better than your geography.
I hope so, yes.
All right, you're up, lovely lady.
Hi, my name is Melody Anoli. I started with Hanscom at the beginning of the year. I live in the, Merrimack Valley area. I've been here for 30 years. I'm married. I have 2 children that are grown and, moved out. So empty nester, which is great. I've been in the banking industry for about over 10 years. Prior to that, I was in the health club industry for 20 years. And I think the only thing I can say about Hanscom, how much I love Hanscom is the way that they're moving towards the wellness of people's financial health, because I came from the wellness industry, and that is my passion, and you could see the passion among everybody in our credit union. So that's what brought me over, and I'm so happy to meet the people that are in this room today, and I'm just very happy to be here.
That's a great point too about wellness, though, if you think about that, because if you're stressed about your finances, then it's going to, translate somehow physically in many cases.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a really great
Especially
point.
health is so important, and, coming out of COVID and everything like that. I mean, I don't hate to bring up that word, but I mean, in the finance piece of it, there's a lot of people that need to still get caught up from either being furloughed from work or not being able to pay their bills. And now what do? You're going back into the work setting, and now you have to figure out, how you navigate those bills that might have come up during that time period.
Yeah. Health is wealth.
There you go. Love it.
I did. You can't. I can't attribute that to me. I did not make that up, but it applies for the conversation. So let's talk about the credit union. Okay. So, Bill, you've been there for maybe 2 years.
Maybe almost 15
That's
years.
That's incredible.
So I've worked a bunch of different jobs there, but really, really neat what's happened there. We have a new CEO, Peter Rice, and he has just really gone all in on our vision, which is simply to make sure all of our members are engaged in their financial health, and they're empowered and know how to make the best decisions they can financially. Great. So you don't do that by pushing out products or having this or the other. You get to know your members, and you sit down and you talk about what's important to them. And so he's brought in financial wellness coaches like Melody and her team down in North Billerica. And that's what we're here to do, to just help people identify what's important to them and help them move in that direction financially.
I love the getting to know your members too, because we're in such a time right now where everything's just quick and automated and people are just passing by. So to have an organization that truly wants to get to know you and what your goals are and what your situation is and who your kids are and all that stuff,
Everything.
means, a lot to folks.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off what Bill said, we go through extensive certification to become certified financial wellness coaches. It's not like, you're just sitting down without having the education behind us. And Hanscom put in that effort into their employees to get us certified. I'm the branch manager down in the Billerica location. And on top of that, we're all certified. So, when somebody comes through our door, whether you are a member or you're not a member, because it's open to everyone, we're able to sit down and do a few things. We introduce kind of like what financial wellness is, what a certified financial wellness coach does. And we just listen, gather that information of what their need is. What their need today may not be what their need is going to be in 2 years from now. And then we do a lot of note taking. That's the number one thing, because, as I get older, I forget things. So I got to write it down. It is what it is. We just talked about that earlier. And then, a lot of open-ended questions just to kind of, because sometimes members don't know why they need something.
Yep.
And then we have the discussion, and then we kind of work with them to come up with a great plan.
That's amazing.
That's it. And it's their plan, not ours.
And so why has Hanscom Federal Credit Union kind of taken this approach?
It's the best approach. It's an approach that's, for lack of a better word, it's honest.
Yeah.
And the idea is that we're not here to push a product or anything like that. We are here to make sure our members are financially healthy. If they're financially healthy, we're going to do okay.
Yeah.
But the objective is, and that's the key to the whole thing, is that it's about them being engaged in their finance. And in a way, simplifying things so that they can make really, really, really good financial decisions.
I can see the passion behind both of you and that you truly love what you do. And that kind of translates. And not everybody has a job that they truly love. And I'm sure that your members really appreciate that.
Oh, it's
really nice seeing that.
Fabulous job. Best I've ever had, and I've had quite a few.
That's amazing. Quite a few. Between Texas and Vermont.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Massachusetts.
All over.
Can anyone come and get coaching from
the
credit union?
Absolutely. I mean, we're out in the community all the time, just trying to spread the word about financial wellness and, our certification. There is a questionnaire that we have, and we go through the questionnaire with, whomever wants to sit down with us. And it really is a very deep questionnaire that talks about like their current money situations, their attitude towards money, how they're spending. Some people may just want to know about their credit score, or just, don't understand how their credit score can affect them later. We're in a market now where we know the houses are crazy and people need to have, unfortunately, better credit scores, and their debt needs to be lower to be able to go with their realtor to the, to these open houses and really have a shot at getting that house. So we're here to get them in the best position. And, that's just only touching upon a little bit of what we can do for somebody.
Yep.
I'm sure anybody can benefit from taking that questionnaire just to get you kind of thinking.
And if you're not a member with us, you can still come in and sit with
We're
Melody or Julie or Jody or anybody in the branch there. It helps you to know these things about yourself too. Just real quick, there's kind of two different ways to look at money. It can be a view of scarcity and a view of abundance. Well, most of us have a scarcity view, and you think, well, that would be healthy because, I see it as scarce and I conserve my money. But really, because you see everything as being scarce, you tend to make poorer decisions.
Interesting.
And you can't, it's much harder to make long-term plans and to think long-term because everything kind of stays in the here and now. Part of what Melody and her team does is they just help you broaden your thinking about money a little bit, kind of what if, and it just sort of, you're more relaxed, but you're able to make better decisions, especially about the your long-term financial health.
And there is like a stigmatism about money. People don't want to talk about finances because they don't want to come out of the gate and be like, look, I'm really struggling, or, I can't manage my bills. And, they use their credit cards and they really aren't looking at, the whole income expense type thing. How does your balance sheet look? We all look at ourselves as a business. So how is our business really running? And that it's just an amazing way of
Really
the credit
interesting.
union to go towards, because you want to, that's really helping a member. That's
Yeah.
really helping the public. That's helping the community. So it's kind of creating whatever their need is. Whether they want to stick to a budget, save money, go on a vacation, or, look at their credit score, consolidate those high credit card debts. Some of these credit card interest rates are at 30% and they don't even know it because of the rates are going up. So they don't even look at their statement to see what their rates are going to be. And we're able to do a personal loan, depending upon obviously credit score and other factors, to get them in a way lower rate than that. And I think what I feel is when I'm done doing the coaching session is when they come back and they're like, you have helped me so much.
Wonderful.
And we just launched this year, right? So we're all getting
Wow.
certified. We're all
Amazing.
certified.
Yep.
And
Hard to get certified.
Yeah.
yeah, and the members are embracing it like insane. It's really great. And now when we're doing these community events, I have a couple coming up this weekend. It's even people that don't bank with us on our bank for the fact that
That's great.
this is what they want. They need this support,
Yeah.
and we're here to advocate for
And
them.
when you talk about like a high credit card balance too, I'm sure some people are just so overwhelmed by their credit card balance. They're like, I'm never going to be able to dig out of this.
That's right.
So to have somebody say, this is what you have to pay monthly, or we can get you a personal loan to take your interest rate lower. I mean, that makes all the difference.
Yeah, and you're looking at the whole.
Yeah.
So you're not coming in to just solve a specific
Yeah.
problem, because again, every piece of financial wellness touches the other. So because you can look at the whole, there's a lot different solutions you can think outside the box, because it's not always just consolidate my loan. That may not be the right move in this case. It might be better to just chip away at the debt and then and at the same time be saving money somewhere else. So it's behavior, Danielle.
Yeah.
A lot of us know the right thing to do,
True.
but actually doing it, that's harder.
The same as
So,
like, I know I don't need that cake, but
Yeah,
I'm
it's
still
same
going to
thing.
eat it, right? It's right there. But you could even help, I'm thinking, couples before they get married to be able to sit down and be able to talk about some of these things. You could solve a lot of issues before they even happen.
The financial literacy in the schools, we do that as well, because you want to get them before they get out into getting that debit card, because when I was growing up, we didn't have like the debit cards like that. So it was like if you had the cash, or you would have your register, you'd write it in. And I'm not saying that's a way that we should go back to doing, but it does help my older kids, as they don't know. They're like, okay, I'm just taking this out. But you need to see how much you're spending on food. Food is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really look at what we spend our money on, I'm not saying not to eat, but I mean,
huge.
sometimes
You're right.
you may not have to go and
everything's gone.
Oh, I know, it's insane. But I even think of my kids that are 6, 7, and 10 this coming week, and they think, just swipe your card, order it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like there's no
Yeah.
value to money anymore for them. And how
Amazon,
do you
that's changed all our behavior.
I know some of the stuff
Hit a
a
button and
box
get it
shows up and
tomorrow.
I'm like, what the heck did I order last night at 11 when I was tired? And it popped up on Facebook.
I need that extra. Like,
Crazy. Yeah. So having kind of that level of accountability and a plan.
exactly.
That's
And
the
you
key.
and you let
Yeah.
them bring in their statement. I'm like, look at your statements, your
Yeah.
bank statements. We don't look at those. I mean, everything's online,
Yeah.
which is great. We want that to always continue to go forward.
Yeah.
But you need to know what that statement is saying, because then when you really add up what you're doing during the course of the month, it kind of opens your eyes a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even like I do it all the time, but the coffee and order. I mean, I'm in downtown Lowell, so
Yeah.
lunch.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
We have
just
everything here.
like everything's here, but then you look
And you
at
want
I look at it as I'm supporting
That's what I'm saying. You want
members
to
of the
support your
local
small,
economy.
right?
But
You definitely want to support the
Yeah.
small business.
And if it's in your budget, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Have
But-
lunch every day.
it's in my budget.
It's the plan.
It's having the budget. Yeah.
Yes.
That's I'm
Yeah.
like a dog with my tail between my legs right now.
Don't-
So walk me through a financial coaching session, what that would look like. and what people can expect?
Well, I mean, I think I touched upon that. It's the first thing you do is you first discuss how we became certified. I think
Yeah.
there's some kind of credential background that we need to make sure the member knows. That
That's
you're not-
impressive. I didn't realize that.
yeah. So we go, we went through a FinCert program. We were all being certified, and believe me, I haven't been in school in a long time, so I studied and I passed, and
Oh, you guys must have like your little camaraderie now because
Yeah,
you've all like been
like-
through it this year.
So now I'm all excited. I'm like,
Yeah.
my brain still works. So no, but I mean, it's like going through like what I said. You get like the introduction of why are you here? Like the why is such a huge thing for me. Why are you coming into me today? I want to hear everything about what brought you in, and just listening, gathering the information, and doing that.
Yeah.
Then there is a questionnaire. Your attitude. What is your attitudes? Of spending? Do you think you overspend? And you need them to be truthful when they fill out this questionnaire, because you can't sugarcoat it. We need to
Right.
know.
Yeah.
And then it's just prioritizing. Do you want to stick to a budget? Is that your priority? Do you plan on retiring? How many people are getting ready to retire, and now what are we going to do at that point? You know what I mean? How is our money going to last our lives? Are you going to have money to live your life or whatever? So we look at every aspect. We look at their questionnaire now that that's done, and then we just drill down into that piece of it. And they have to do some homework. I mean, it is what it is. You need to, you're in this is, a service we provide. You need to come to us with some of the information that we're looking for, which may be, how much you're paying in insurance. Maybe there's a way we can bundle that, and have you, try 3 different insurance, agencies, and find out if, bundling it may save, because every year your premium goes up.
Yep.
Well, why did it go up?
People usually don't even check that.
They
just
don't.
every year.
Yep.
I mean,
And just
year after year, you just pay
and
it
just
and
looking
say,
at,
okay, that looks good to me.
Yep.
and just looking over their overall picture, and how much are they spending, and what are they spending their money on, and anything.
Well, you ask what is financial wellness, and everybody has a different answer for what that is, but it kind of boils down to 4 things. So number 1, you're in control of your day-to-day and your month-to-month. You're in control of that.
Yeah.
It's a budget. People don't like that word, but it works. So you're in control of that. And you have the reserves to absorb a financial shock. So car breaks down, you need a new fridge. You're not scrambling or having to borrow money to get that.
Yeah.
Our coaches are working to build that in. Thirdly, and this one's a bit, I don't know, some people disagree with me on this one, but the third piece of financial wellness is simply having the ability to live the way you see fit. So does that mean you can do everything anytime you want? No, that's for the Warren Buffetts and the
no
Jeff
private
Bezos.
jet.
None of that. And I mean, if that's what you want, go for it. But you're able to, if you want to go out to eat, you've saved for it, it's in the budget, you go out to eat. You want to go on a vacation, you've prepared, you've planned, you go on the vacation, you don't have to worry about where the money's coming from later. And then lastly is you're proactive about be kind to your future self. You've put some money aside for the time in life where either you don't want to work anymore or you can't work anymore. So you're prepared for that. So if you're kind of doing those 4 things, then you're financially well.
Yeah.
And people are at all different levels of that. Melody can tell you, we'll work with anybody.
And it changes.
It
changes.
Yeah.
You know.
And and they come in maybe not doing well, but then they're doing better. They're doing well. And they're like, how can I get even better? And they just grow. So that's the fun part. Anybody can do better at their financial wellness.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We just work with people to do that.
Right.
And if you're a parent too, then you can kind of teach your kids
Yes.
these tips as well, which is great.
Because I think that's missing. Like, I think that's a big part that's missing.
Yeah, I agree.
That needs to get drilled home as they're younger, so they have better habits.
Where's that money coming from when we hit the Amazon button? It's actually paying for it.
I know.
Hello, Mom?
We should know that.
Yes, they should.
You know that tree in the backyard? Dead.
I know. Yeah, just order that on Amazon. Not how it works, buddy.
Yeah.
How does somebody get in touch with a financial wellness coach?
Well, I'm going to tell you to just call Melody.
We have anybody in any of our locations is certified.
Yeah.
I'm in North Billerica. Our team is over there. You can call us directly. You could just stop in any of the locations. We have how many retail locations? Like 6 or 7. Why don't you go through
just
the
in this
locations? I think
area?
it's
Yeah,
important.
we're somewhere in Bedford.
Yep.
We're in Burlington. We're in Beverly. A lot of B's. Billerica.
Littleton.
Whoa. No, Littleton doesn't fit. It's not a B.
Oh, I thought at first it was like,
She's like,
Littleton.
we're like, I thought it was
We're in
Sorry.
Boston, but we're out in Devons, and we have
Littleton.
a beautiful branch down in Dorchester.
awesome. You have a lot of
And then
locations.
we have
And
clothes,
all
like
these
the base has
branches.
theirs, and so
Base
those that
begins
are-
with B, so
Yeah.
that counts.
On the base, yes, we're on the base. Hanscom Air
and they're
Force Base.
growing. And Hanscom's going to be growing.
But any branch that you walk into, you're going to find the same passion you find with Melody and in
that's
our
great.
Billerica branch. So
I love it.
My
Opt
first
in.
job out of grad school was in the credit union industry, so my heart is always
I
a
love
soft
it.
spot for that industry.
well, we're doing what we're supposed to be
Yeah,
doing, which
right.
is have fully the best interests of our members.
Yeah.
We want what's best for them.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we
Them
will.
is us, I guess, because we're members too. so.
Yes, and you all have a stake in the credit union too, which is really nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you both. Always.
You made it
Thanks
so
for
easy.
having
Thank
us.
you
Oh
so
my- you
much.
make it so easy. You guys are like you're passionate about what you do. You can tell, and just lovely people to be around. It was nice to see you both.
Oh, thank you so much for
Good
having
to
me.
see you too. Thank you.
Yeah, and come on anytime you want. Now you know how to find us.
I know,
All right.
beautiful. I recommend
Thank you.
everybody do
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
It's
thank
beautiful,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
You do
Yes.
such good work, in our community.
Awesome.
An amazing
Appreciate that.
studio here too.
Yes, I can't take any credit for that. So thank you, Teddy. But we love having access to it whenever we want. Unless Teddy's in studio.
Okay.
Thank you all for tuning in to Chamber Chat today. We will be back again soon with another great guest. Thank you.